Hot Pockets. We're on the air, Tom. Good evening and welcome back to IMG Academy here in Bradenton, Florida for Game 3 between the Atlanta Smoke and the Florida Vibe. As the Smoke looks to sweep the series, the Vibe trying to salvage Game 3. Glad that you're here with us. Live from Bradenton, Florida, I'm Gray Robertson, sitting in the broadcast booth, dirt side picnic table, along with the Statler to my Waldorf, Tom Canterbury. Hi, Tom.
Gray, how's it going?
It's
excited
good
to be here.
Yeah, we've got an interesting matchup today because we watched the Vibe jump out to a 4-0 lead in Game 1, and since then it's been all smoke. They won Game 1 6-4, and then a run rule yesterday 11-1 in 6. So it'll be interesting to see how the Vibe responds here today.
So the Vibe know that they have had some success. They know what to do. It's just being able to execute it against a very potent Smoke team.
That's right, youngin. And we'll see if the Vibe can get off to a good start in the top of the first with Alyssa Zabala in the circle. We'll go through the lineup for the Smoke after a first pitch ball from Zabala. Janae Jefferson, the second baseman, is leading off with Alex Coleman, the right fielder, batting second. Morgan Howe, the left fielder, hits third with Maddie Grimm, the DP, in the fourth spot. Michaela Timmons, the catcher, is batting fifth. Jefferson sends that foul. Kat Rodriguez, the third baseman, hits sixth with Silent Rain Espinoza, the first baseman, in the seventh spot. Michaela Medellin, the center fielder, is batting eighth, and Coco Woolley, the legend from Texas A&M, is in the 9-hole, facing Zabala, who on the summer has a 3.07 ERA, 1-1 record, 13 and 2/3 innings, 15 hits, 6 runs, all earned, no walks, which is good, and 8 strikeouts.
It'll be extremely important for her to mix speeds here today against this Smoke lineup.
Janae Jefferson is the one starting things off. The Texas legend, 321 average, 9 of 28, 4 RBIs, a homer, a triple, 2 doubles. One of the most fun players to watch during her college years.
Oh, for sure. All the tools.
That's a flare to center, and on the run, making the grab, is the center fielder Core for out number 1. Defense for the Vibe. Canetto's in left, Core in center, and Peck is in right. Dayton is over at third, Jones at short, Lauren Camenzind at second, Hannah Camenzind at first, and Lex Papillo behind the dish. First pitch strike to Alex Coleman, 3 for 8 on the season with an RBI, and maybe more if the scoreboard can move. A double and 3 runs scored. That'll sneak up the middle, and there's the first hit of the night for the Smoke.
Well, that's what Atlanta is able to do, though. They can get on base in so many different ways.
Yeah. And Coleman's mainly appeared as a pinch runner. We'll see if she tries to test Papillo. It's Morgan Howe faces Zabala and takes ball 1. Morgan Howe, part of the FGCL family, as you remember, Tom.
And I do.
Yes. Formerly the coach of the River Mocs. Also quite good at hitting. She is 8 for 24 with a 333 average, 7 RBIs, a homer, and 3 doubles. Howe waits on the change, and that'll bloop out to center. Coleman gets there safely, and another base hit for the Smoke, as the second baseman Kamenzen was a little caught in between there, Tom.
Yeah, and you had Coleman going on the pitch, a hit and run, and that's about the only way that she's not on third base for it to be a bloop single that she had to wait on, actually turned around and started going back to first. So you minimize the damage. Now you got to get an out.
With Maddie Grimm, the Kent State alum, fouling off the first pitch. 143 average, 1 for 7. Not sure how many of you out there have watched or tracked the Smoke this year. It's quite an extensive roster.
There are a lot of players on it.
Yes, so there are folks in the starting lineup tonight that we literally haven't seen in this series yet. That'll get away on the wild pitch, 2 in scoring position.
Now, if you're Zabala, you really got to bear down. This is a very important out to get.
Grimm crushes that to center, and that's gone. A moonshot monster bomb to center field, and just like last night, the Smoke strikes with a 3-run shot in the first.
That was an absolute no-doubter.
And for Alyssa Zabala, it's already getting sticky. I was wondering if maybe we would see a changeup on that pitch. Just it felt like Grimm was. It felt like she was on time.
Yeah.
And then obviously she was. Slow to the Ball State legend, Michaela Timmons, also a former FGCLer, a pioneer back in the day.
Yes. R.I.P. Nears.
Man, just wait until Kat Rodriguez steps in. We'll say all the things about her.
That's why I said earlier it was important for Zabala to mix speeds.
Yeah.
Because once these Smoke players get on time.
Oh, yeah.
Timmons is 1 for 8 so far on the year. That one was a home run. 3 RBIs. And that's pretty well hit out towards right, and that's gone. Second hit of the year, second home run, and Timmons makes it 4-0 in the first. Tom, I'll be honest, we can't really see that part of the field, but the dead giveaway was the right fielder stopping her pursuit.
Yeah. To be able to go opposite way like that on that particular pitch was very impressive by Timmons. And things are snowballing quickly against Zabala.
Mm. And a first pitch ball to our good friend Kat Rodriguez, another FGCL alum and North Carolina legend a couple years ago, an All-American who led the country in RBIs. Oh for 3 so far this year. At this point, if you're Zabala, you're just craving an out any which way.
Might have just to change some things up.
Well, tried to there, but Rodriguez held off. And a 4-pitch walk. Someone is warming up in the pen for the Vibe. Can't tell who it is, but we might see her in a second.
Yeah. Might have to be quickly.
We think about the other options here. One is in the field, Cammondsend, and then Kirsten Deal, who was okay last night. Robin Heron, who was all right in game 1.
Right.
No Citlali Gutierrez tonight. That would have been helpful.
Yeah.
Well, now you've got all-name team champion from the 2021 or 2020 season, Silent Rain Espinoza,
Right.
the Washington legend.
Because she played in the only game that mattered in 2020. The
Yes.
8-0 run will win for Alabama over the #1 Washington Huskies.
Yes, that was
In
all
Clearwater.
that occurred in 2020.
The only thing I remember that happened.
Espinoza 1 for 8 with a run here this season.
Just down the road in Clearwater.
That's right.
Not that there's not pop at the bottom of the order, but you really have to go after the bottom of the order now if
Yeah.
you're Zabala.
Well,
Got to
you,
find outs.
you can't have Janae Jefferson come back up
No.
in this inning. But the problem right now is, since the second inning of game 1, the Smoke has now outscored the Vibe 21-1.
Yeah.
In the air to left. Catch is made. 2 down.
Yeah, that 4-0 lead you talked about seems like years ago now. So it's hard to take too much from that.
And not just because we've both called about 10 games since that
Right.
4-0 lead. The Long Beach State graduate, Michaela Medellin. Actually, I should say, graduate of Cal Baptist, started her career at Long Beach State, where she was all conference. Batting 143, 1 for 7 with a pair of RBIs. We will also provide scoreboard updates from the other field where, top of the first, the KC Diamonds lead the Florida Breeze 4-0.
It's very familiar.
Yeah. What did McConaughey say about flat circles and time?
Good guess. Time is a flat circle.
Ball 4.
Come on, Coco. Come on now.
And now the ever dangerous Coco Woolley, player that we've covered really throughout her entire college and beyond career,
Yeah.
steps in. Texas A&M graduate.
Come on, Coco. Come on, Coco.
Emily so far this year is hitting 308, 4 of 13, 2 RBIs.
Close.
That changeup was up there, wasn't it, Tom? That was.
You got it. Yeah,
It
you
was
can't-
elevated.
You cannot elevate a change like that. Got away with it that one time. Probably won again. Got to bring it down.
No chance, no chance.
Sent foul. Well, and the other dilemma Zabala faces, just not a lot of swings and misses early
No.
on.
A lot of contact. Hard hit fouls, everything.
That to me says you're facing a team very secure in their plan. They're sticking to it. And the movement, frankly, isn't tasty enough to make them want to diverge from it. Payoff to Woolley is lined to left, and on the run, the catch is made by Canedo to wrap up the first inning. But wowie, wowie, wow. Another big start for the Atlanta Smoke. In the third game of this series, they're going for the sweep. The Vibe will look to get some kind of mojo going as we head to the bottom of the first here at IMG Academy. To the bottom of the first, and the first crack for the Florida Vibe against the lefty Emily Price in the circle. Another FGCL alum. And Abby Dayton starts it off with a ground ball to second. Jefferson's there. One down. Probably get through the Vibe lineup before something else happens. That was Abby Dayton. Kara Canedo, the left fielder, is batting second with Hannah Core, the center fielder, batting third. Hannah Kamensund is the first baseman in a cleanup spot with the All-American Lex Papillo, the catcher, batting fifth. Tyrena Jones, the shortstop, bats sixth. Second baseman Lauren Kamensund in the seventh spot. Callie Hevlin, DP in the eight-hole. Bree Peck, the right fielder, in the nine spot. And strike one to Kara Canedo out of the left hand of Emily Price. 3.32 ERA this season, 1-0 record, 6 1/3. 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks, and Tom, 2 very quick outs from Emily Price to start off the bottom of the first.
After being, giving up the 4 runs, I know that if you're the Vibe, you're wanting to get something going offensively, but you can't be pressing too much. I think a couple of quick swings there, not what you were looking for.
Strike one to Nebraska's Hannah Core. hitting 222, 6 of 27, 6 RBIs. 5 of those 6 hits have been for extra bases. A 3 home run total and 2 doubles. And look out, that's out to left. Cut off by Morgan Howe, and there's a single for Hannah Core.
Now, if you get one you can drive, swing at that.
Yeah.
And that's what Hannah Core did there. Now you can get something going with 2 outs.
Knowing what we know about Emily Price, too, she's going to keep the ball down in the zone and mix speeds. So when it's up, as long as it's not that up, that was well outside, that's where you attack.
You have to, yep.
Hannah Kamenzend, another Nebraska Husker, hitting 316, 6 of 19 with 6 RBIs, a home run, and 7 runs scored. So the one we just talked about.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Ground ball through the 5-6 hole for Kamenzend, back-to-back singles. And here is a dear friend of ours, the All-American out of Alabama, Lex Papillo.
Great senior season in Tuscaloosa for Lex. And she had numerous opportunities just like this one in Tuscaloosa this year and came through on just as many occasions, it seems like.
Hope her dad, Phil, is tuned in and is as proud of her as we are. I know everyone who knows Lex is proud of what she's done in the last year, taking a solid junior season and turning it into a third-team All-American senior year for the Crimson Tide. And as a pro, a big RBI chance. Papillo batting .296, 8 of 27, 6 RBIs, a home run, a double, and 7 runs scored. And because we've seen Lex so well, we know what she's looking for.
Yep.
See if Price gives it to her. A lot of outside so far in this series, and another one there to make it 2-1.
If she does try to come inside, that is when Lex will absolutely hammer it.
That's grounded to first. Couldn't quite square it up. And that'll wrap up the home half of the inning. So no response for the Vibe. They do get a couple base runners, but the Smoke is in command after 1 here in Game 3 of this series. Well, Smoke will look to add to the lead 4-0 after 1 here on the third game of this series. Alyssa Zabala back out in the circle. Jefferson leading off yet again, and she starts with a foul ball. Flew out in the first inning to Jefferson. It's Jefferson, Coleman, and Howe due up.
You wonder how short the leash is here at this point after giving up the 4 runs in the first.
Jefferson gets into it, out to right and gone. Another tank on an elevated pitch from Zabala, and I think that leash might need to come off as Jefferson makes it 5-0 here in the second.
Another one hammered to right field. Bye-bye. For the third time.
Well, what a great example of how quick Jefferson's hands are. That pitch up in the zone a little bit in, and she just got around it so fast.
I wasn't really watching if there was continuing to be action in the bullpen during the offensive inning for the 5.
I'm honestly, as Coleman takes ball 2, she singled and scored in the first. I'm honestly surprised there hasn't been a move.
Yeah.
Producer Gracie is nodding as well as we out her for giving us her opinions.
You know, your options are a little limited, like you said, without Gutierrez available, but at some point you got to try something.
That is not what you're looking for, a 4-pitch walk, and the speedy Coleman is aboard. Again, I think that this performance so far is a testament to knowing the game plan, trusting the game plan, and executing the game plan. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I mean, because the hits have all been barreled, but there's been no chasing whatsoever by the Smoke.
No.
Howe lines that to right. Went down and got it. Coleman stays at second. And now 2 on, nobody out. Two for 2 night for Morgan Howe.
I think we passed the point of it being sticky.
No, it's giving Ole Miss Texas Tech. As in, there are other pitchers, right?
Yeah.
Matty Grimm hit a 3-run homer back in the first. Right on it. Foul straight back, 1-1. And I say that not anything against Zabala. She just doesn't quite have it tonight. But you also, there's a point of let her figure it out herself, and then there's also a point of it's just not your night. We got to go to another option.
Right. The hole's already deep enough you're trying to climb out of.
I just did the check. Alyssa Zabala has now thrown 53 pitches. There has been 1 swing and miss.
Wow.
The former near Michaela Timmons heard us. Somewhere Erica Beach is laughing. Look at her golf that out to center field. What a piece of hitting by Grimm. Coleman will score. Howell races around third, and it's 7-0 Smoke.
She went to a knee and hit that ball.
That's already a 5 RBI night
Wow.
for Maddie Grimm, and I do believe that will be it for Alyssa Zabala. So the change is coming here in the top of the second. 7-0 Smoke. We'll step aside for just a moment here at IMG Academy. The new pitcher for the Florida Vibe is the Oklahoma Sooner, Kirsten Deal, who we saw for a bit in Game 2. That was her first appearance for the Vibe. She went 3 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 3 walks and 1 strikeout. Just graduated after finishing up her career playing for the Hall of Famer, Patty Gasso.
Which hall?
All of them.
Right, yeah.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
I would assume. I haven't asked her, but if anyone deserves it, it's probably Patty Gasso.
Probably so.
Timmons hit a solo homer opposite way back in the first inning.
If she's not in the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame, what are we doing?
Yeah. Typically, softball, it takes a minute for softball to be recognized by the state halls of fame, but I would assume the Sooner State got in quickly. So there's a walk. Runner goes over at third, and she's safe. Aggressive base running by Grimm to put him on the corners with nobody out.
The line for Zabala, she went an inning, gave up 7 hits, 7 runs that are all earned, responsible for the runner now on third, 3 walks, no strikeouts.
And here is Kat Rodriguez, who walked in the first. Started her career at Pitt. And then a great example of sometimes it's, just a new place replenishes your career. Went to North Carolina and turned into an All-American who led the country in RBIs.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. A foul ball from the other field has struck. Hit by Chloe Evans, of course.
Yes.
It's always Chloe.
Rivermark's head coach,
Mm.
Chloe Evans. How's that game going?
It's not much. It's actually the same score, 7-0 Diamonds in the
It's the
second.
same.
1-1.
A blue 7 and a green 7. They're the same.
Man, yes, by definition. When it's different, it's the same. Hold up, wait a minute, you see it.
Oh,
That's off the glove of Dayton at third, and this will bring in another run. That could have been a double play. Instead, it's an 8-0 ball game. So first and second for Espinoza. That's grounded to second. That's misplayed, and that's another error. Well, this has turned not great. Bases loaded, nobody out. 8-0 Smoke. Kayla Medellin takes ball one. She walked in the first inning. I guess I can tease a later segment on the show. We're going to have producer Gracie go get us food that we're going to review on the air from the Piano Bar food truck.
yes.
Piano not included.
When you're facing an offense like this that is just teeing off, you can't have errors. That's
No.
the one you gotta get the outs. Can't give them extra outs.
Right now, the Vibe is pushing the snowball faster down the hill.
Yeah, it's already rolling down, and they're just chasing after it and pushing it. That's
Yeah.
not what you want.
No. It's a lot of pressure on Deal to try and settle this because she's gotten two outworthy balls in play.
Yeah. Like you said, induce what could have been a line drive double play. Instead, a run came in. Now the bases are loaded. And the Smoke can absolutely put this one away very quickly.
Three and one. Wow. Payoff misses. That's an RBI walk. 9-0.
And that makes all 8 runs against Sabala earned.
Coco Woolley fouls that back.
I don't think there hasn't been a swing that the Smoke has had that has not been barreled in one way or the other. Even the foul balls have been well hit.
Oh, 2. 0-2. Fouled off. So 2-2 on Texas A&M graduate Coco Woolley. Woolley grounds that to second. The throw home will get the first out of the inning. Which sends us back to where the second started, which in A. Jefferson. 1 for 2. Fly out and a solo home run in the second. And a little Texas OU Red River rundown.
After the A&M batter just batted.
Yeah. You got Nebraska here as well. Rolled to Camenzind and it got by her. That'll bring in 2 more. Woolley gets back to second. It's 11-0.
Hit, and then Jefferson got a hit and scored these 2. Single.
It's bunted foul by Coleman, who is 1 for 1 with a single, a walk, and 2 runs.
Should be 11.
Coleman smokes it up the middle, a literal base hit. Now bringing Woolley. Jefferson is safe at third, and it's an RBI single advance for Alex Coleman. And the score is 12-0.
Well, this is just an example of an offense just clicking on all cylinders here.
Oh my goodness, Howe out to right. That'll bring in 1 more. Hold for Coleman, 13-0. Morgan Howe is now 3 for 3. Might be sending Gracie to get the food now.
Yeah, goodness gracious.
We're gonna hit the alternative topics. There's.
I just got notified that Avatar Fire and Ash is now available for streaming.
You know what? And that might be the only thing longer than this inning. Here's Maddie Grimm. Remember earlier she had a 2 RBI double in the second, a 3-run homer in the first. 2 for 2 with 5 RBIs tonight.
I'll tell you what, the smoke is going for 40.
Oh my goodness. In the second.
Yes, sir. Jefferson, yes, sir.
This is popped up. Called off by Kamenson, and there is out number 2. And now Michaela Timmons. Solo homer in the first. And a walk and a run in this inning. Wind is blowing in here, and that has done absolutely nothing.
It has had no effect.
None. Timmons smokes it up the middle. And I'll bring in Coleman to make it 14-0 with 2 outs here in the second.
Speaking of no effect, I wore my Charlotte Flair socks today,
Oh,
hoping it might intimidate Jade Cargill, the owner of the smoke. It did not.
no. Is
It
she
has
here?
had no effect. I don't know
Okay.
if she happened to show up.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
This is not work. Maybe it enraged them. I don't know.
Dallas Goodnight will come out and run for Timmons at first base. You'll see with 2 outs, runners for catchers,
Okay,
he said to the audience and to Tom.
makes sense.
And that's caught by Dayton at third. So,
Mm.
Cat Rodriguez lines out. And that'll end the top of the second. However, plenty of things occurred. 10 runs on 7 hits, I believe. There were 2 errors, which were damaging.
Yeah.
And we go to home half. The need for a response for the Vibe
Something.
might be prescient. We'll see.
You're down 2 touchdowns. Let's
Yeah.
get something going.
Well, just run the spread offense. We'll see what happens. Let's go to the bottom of the second. 14-0 Smoke here in IMG Academy. The bottom of the second begins for the Florida Vibe with Tyrena Jones, Lauren Kamenson, and Callie Hevlin due up against Emily Price, who is pitching with quite the cushion, Tom.
You should be able to pitch free and easy at this point.
Yeah, no pressure. Jones grounds that to short, and the throw to first is in time. Glad that you're with us here in IMG Academy. Gray Robertson alongside Tom Canterbury, Ashley Flowers, and Britt.
Gasp.
Well, a valid reaction.
Yeah, if you're just turning in and you're seeing the score, probably a gasp.
It all happened very quickly and yet over a very extended amount of time.
Yeah.
Ball one to Lauren Kamenzend, the Nebraska graduate. Lauren Kamenzend hitting .250, 5 of 20 with 2 RBIs.
Ooh.
And that's snared over at third. Good catch by Rodriguez for out number 2.
The Vibe have barreled up some balls, but they've gone like that here today.
Here's another good pal, Callie Hevlin. Strike one to Callie. 4 of 20, hitting .200 with 4 RBIs, a homer, and a double.
And covering her at Alabama, we talked about so much about watching her improve each year markedly. Finishing off with a great senior campaign.
Well, and I think, again, kind of knowing Callie's swing, this matchup with Price would be one that I think she would be very comfortable in, knowing that Price is going to bring it with that downspin lower in the zone.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to go right into her preferred swing plane.
And a called strike 3 wraps up the fastest inning we have ever seen. We go to the third. There, Gracie isn't even back from the cooler to get a water. 14-0 Smoke after 2 here at IMG Academy. Kirsten Deal back out here in the third inning, and a first pitch strike to Silent Rain Espinoza. 7-8-9. Espinoza, Medellin, and Woolley in a game that the Smoke has absolutely cruised in pretty much from the start. Although, interestingly, 7-8-9 is hitless so far. 0 for 4 with a pair of walks. And that is now changed as Espinoza has the leadoff single here in the third.
I was going to say, though, that, yeah, they're hitless, but they've scored 3 runs.
Right. That's part of the problem.
Yeah, that would be the issue.
POTP. The 2 walks are both from Michaela Medellin. No official at-bat tonight. Does have an RBI walk. Ball 1. Medellin sends that in the air towards left, and this time the park will hold it. Catch is made for the first out. A 1 on Coco Woolley, who's 0 for 2, fly out fielder's choice and a run scored. Oh, beautiful bunt, a stunner. Nothing the Vibe defense can do about that. Textbook. And now here is the wickedly talented Janae Jefferson. 2 for 3. Drove in 3 runs and 2 separate at-bats in the second inning, and that is smoked to left. Canetto's there. 2 down.
This is the third inning. That was her 4th at-bat.
Now Alex Coleman, who's not been retired today. 2 for 2 with a walk, an RBI, and 3 runs.
But now you have a chance to put a 0 up in the scoreboard. And find it out right here.
You probably need to with Morgan Howe waiting on deck, who's 3 for 3. Over on the other field, bottom of the third, Diamonds up 9-2 on the Florida Breeze. A home run from our good friend Ashley Prangy to get the Breeze on the board, and then Ashley Treeweiler had an RBI triple.
Wow. All right. The comeback is on.
Check that foul. Deal's got it. Quick turn, and she throws it away. Out towards right. That'll bring in another run. And that's all. 15-0 on the E1.
Well, that's just a microcosm of the day right there for the Vibe. Had a chance to get out of the inning without allowing a run. Rush the throw to first, and the run comes across. The third error of the game keeps it going for the Smoke.
And strike one on Morgan Howe, who's 3 for 3 with an RBI and a pair of runs. By the way, I have updated the swing and miss stat. I missed one earlier, so apologies. But this next pitch will be pitch 100 for the Vibe. Two swings and misses. I have only kept that stat maybe 3 times ever because it's been noticeable during a game.
Right.
And this is one of them. Wow, there's the third. 1 and 2. And knowing Morgan Howe as well as we do, she will say something to me after the game. Yeah, that's fine.
I will say, if I had any control over anything that happened on the softball field,
Yeah.
there'd be a lot of different results than what's happened in the last 15 years.
Yeah. 15, huh?
Well, just round number.
Okay. Tom rounding up. Or thinking of the score. 15-0. That one just misses. 3-2.
Definitely the last 12.
Yeah. That off. And, and I think the other part about this is, from a broadcaster's perspective, it's hard to analyze a game like this because the analysis is very much the smoker on it,
Yeah.
and that's that. And
Yeah.
the Vibe, whenever they have a chance, shoots themselves in the foot, and
that's been what's happened.
the chemistry of that is not good for one team and very good for the other. It's a ground ball to second. Camenzind stays down, and that ends the third inning. One run does come across, and we go to the home half. 15-0 Smoke here in Game 3 of this series. Couple changes for the Smoke as we start the bottom of the third. Bree Peck will lead off for the Vibe. It's Peck, Dayton, and Canetto against Emily Price. McKenna Dowell, the Minnesota graduate by way of Auburn, is at second base. Lara Boutte is now in right for the Smoke. And the new DP is Tessa Mala'ulu. Bree Peck, the Virginia Tech all-time home run and RBI leader, steps in, hitting .318, 7 of 22 with 6 RBIs. We will be sending Gracie at the end of this inning to go surprise us with the food truck
food and beverage options.
Yes, maybe not beverage. I already got a lemonade.
Do they have anything stronger than lemonade?
I don't know. There is a Smoothie King, if that's what you mean.
Sure. That is what I meant.
Yes. Bree Peck lines it through the 5-6 hole. And back to the top of the order with Abby Dayton, who grounded out in the first inning several months ago.
That was today.
Yeah. Fantastic player from Oklahoma. I've talked about every game, but the loudest crowd pop I've ever heard at Devon Park was her home run at the World Series a couple years ago in the semis off of Kennedy with 2 outs in the 7th.
Yeah.
Best home run call of Kevin Brown's career. Respectfully, love you, Kevin.
What are the chances Kevin Brown is watching this game?
I believe he's working right now. I assume the Orioles are playing.
Yeah, probably.
But if he's not watching, and he's not calling an Orioles game, he's probably at the cinema.
Of course. I assume watching Masters of the Universe.
He saw that weeks ago.
Okay.
That's Up and Away 1 and 2. Please, that came out
Yeah.
weeks ago.
That's the guy. I actually watched that. I actually went to the movie theater.
You know, Tom growing every day.
To watch a movie based on a cartoon from my childhood.
Yes.
So it all comes back. Anyway, the 1-2.
Here it is. Dayton smokes it up the middle, just past the diving Dowell. All right, 2 on, nobody out for the Vibe here in the 3rd. It's still, though, I would venture to say, honestly, a lot of the Vibe's outs have been barreled more than the hits.
Yeah.
You're still kind of looking for that big something. As Caneto bunts that foul. Penacor had the line single to left, and that's probably been the hardest hit. This is tricky, but Woolley handles it well. 1 down.
Off the end of the bat had some crazy spin on it. And Caneto's fast going down the line, but a good play there by Woolley to make the stop and get the out. You're not really worried about giving up runs in this situation. If you're the Smoke, just find outs and keep it rolling.
You've got Hannah Core stepping in. Strike 1 on Core, who singled earlier. I want to get your perspective on the story I've told a few times about Rhonda Revelle. You know, Hannah Core, part of that Nebraska team that went back to the World Series this year. Rhonda Revelle, the legend. That's a fair ball down the 3rd base line. That'll bring in a pair of runs. Peck is a little slow. Comes in to score. Dayton does too, and it's 15-2. But that did not look good for Peck. She was coming home.
She kind of hesitated and turned as the ball was bouncing over her head there at third, trying to make sure she was dodging the ball and it doesn't hit her in fair territory. And might have took a bad step.
So we will watch that and see if Brepak comes back out. Problem is, I don't know who goes in for her, because Sophia Nugent is dealing with an injury, and then you've got Robin Heron. 0-2, and if anything, I hate to say it like this, but that might be the emblem of tonight for the Vibe. You score 2 runs and a
Right.
player gets hurt in the process.
You actually have something positive happen.
It's outside on Hannah Kamenzen. She singled in the first.
But you were saying about Rhonda Revelle.
Oh, yes. I can talk about it with the Kamenzens, too.
Yeah.
She has invited me to her 5:30 a.m. spin class on Wednesdays.
Oh, yeah?
How do you think I would do?
Well,
It's grounded and off the glove of Woolley. Big turn for Core. She'll stay at third. Kamenzen's at second. And now 2 on, 1 out. So it's a single and a 2-for-2 night for Kamenzen. And here is Lex Papillo. 1-0. Lex grounded out in the first inning.
I think the biggest part of that would be getting up at 5:30.
Yes, that's what I told her
Yeah.
when I chatted with Hall of Famer Rhonda
Sure.
Revelle.
I mean, I got up this morning for a 7:49 tea time, and it was brutal.
Yeah.
So,
You know, the FGCL does train me to wake up like slightly
Yeah,
earlier
you
than
get
I
on-
normally do at home.
you get on a schedule for sure.
Yeah, at home as we really bare our souls here on this broadcast, I'm a very much night owl. I do a lot of my best work after 11, sitting on the couch or in bed. And so I typically kind of wake up around 8 o'clock the next day. I don't,
Yeah.
I live the broadcaster life, which means I kind of don't really have a regular 9 to 5. If I did, I'd probably be waking up at 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
But, here, I've got that alarm set for 7:15, second alarm for 7:30, back up to the backup at 7:35, just to be safe.
And in the press box by 8:45.
That's right.
Ready for that triple header.
Speaking of triple, a 3-ball count on Papillo, and she draws the walk. So the bases are loaded, 1 out, and Tyrena Jones, who's hitless in the series, but probably had her best contact in the second, try and make a statement. Recently graduated Duke Blue Devil pops this up. Woolley's there for out number 2. Not sure I love first pitch attack after a
Yeah.
4-pitch walk.
No.
There's ball 1 to Lauren Kamenzen, who lined out the third earlier.
Now, historical comeback would be great, but just a crooked number if you're the Vibe.
Yeah. That's out to left, and it'll just be the 2. Good job by Price getting out of the bases loaded jam. And we have played 3. The score is 15-2. End of inning. We'll be back. Tessa Malaulu will lead things off for the Smoke. Hitting in the 4 spot, it's Malaulu, Timmons, and Rodriguez. And a first pitch ball from Deal. Kirsten Deal, the Oklahoma Sooners, gone 2 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. Two and out. Malaulu is hitting 273, 3 of 11, with an RBI and a double on the season. That's foul. Called strike, 2-2. Over to second, and that's missed by Kamenzen. Really no other way to describe it. The 4th error of the night. I'm not really sure how to analyze that one. Just missed it.
I mean, it did have top spin on it, so it might have took a different hop than what she was expecting, but
Now you've got Timmons, who's been excellent today. Solo homer in the 1st, walk and a run in the 2nd, RBI single in the 2nd.
Second baseman, one went off her glove. I'm saying, like, that last ball, what happened in the last ball? Oh, she got a hit, or did they? No, I just saw them just put an error. They gave her an error? Yep. I think they probably hit a glove. Did they hit a glove? Yeah. Okay, the glove wasn't hit.
like offensively for the Vibe, it's not been a great day, but you've made some noise. You've done some things.
Yeah.
It's just paled in comparison to what the Smoke have done.
Right. I mean, and again, we talked about this a lot during the college season. Not all hits are created equal. I mean,
Right.
you look at, again, 13-6 in the hit column. That is a major difference. But is that, speaking of hits Timmons on the 3-0. Oh, Gracie has
Ooh.
brought food from the Piano Bar food truck, which we will save between innings. So we'll let it.
We will?
Yes, we
Okay,
will,
all
Tom.
right.
Have some self-control.
You listen to the Out of the Box podcast,
Yeah, there's a segment called Tom's Hungry.
available wherever you get your podcasts.
Could be anywhere.
Part of the Softball America Podcast Network.
What a website.
Do you have a segment called Tom's Hungry where we review everywhere we eat while we're out on the road, covering Alabama softball?
Covering some of our pals like Cat Rodriguez, who tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk.
I assume there's no pitch clock because that would have been a violation. That seemed to take a while.
You know what? I know there's not because I unplugged it to plug in the extension cord to broadcast this game.
Okay.
So the pitch clock is not visible. That is well hit out to left by Rodriguez. And that is gone! A 3-run jack for Cat. 18-2 Smoke.
When you give this offense chances, error or hit by pitch, they're going to take advantage of it.
Yeah. If you give a mouse a cookie, and you know what though, good for Kat. We were walking in and I ran into her. She had been here the first 2 days. I just hadn't seen her, and we had a chance to catch up. And I know she's been working on getting the rust out. She's had a lot of at bats to try and do that in this game.
Yeah.
And a really good swing. Now Espinoza takes strike one.
I think out in left field, Canedo misjudged that just a little bit. She hit up against the fence when she was trying to leap. I don't know if she would have been able to catch it even with a great jump, but she didn't have the jump that she wanted.
Espinoza out to center field, and that'll fall. Core was basically playing on the warning track. Now, Silent Rain is 2 for 4. Tom is eyeing those to-go boxes. There's Michaela Medellin. Oh, goodness. Ball one. A walk, an RBI walk, and a flyout. Reach for that one. 1-1. I will point out, we are in run rule territory.
At every level of softball.
Yes, doesn't matter where you're playing.
100% in the run rule.
Yes. Both games are. This is in the air to left. Canedo retreats to the fence and then turns and makes the grab. 1 down. Now Coco Woolley, 1 for 3 with 1 run. Strike one.
Everyone in the Smoke batting order has scored at least 1 run. And everyone has a hit other than Madeline.
Woolley bloops that out to left, and that'll fall in front of Canedo. She'll throw to second. And here's the other part too, and we actually see this a lot with Oklahoma. When the power is as explosive as it is, you have to play deep, and so then you have hits like that, where I think that would probably be typically where you would align with Coco Woolley at the plate. But everybody's playing pretty far back, and there's just no winning as McKenna Dowell fouls that off.
And similar to what we talk about with Oklahoma a lot too, is that if you do make a mistake, the immediate capitalization on that mistake.
Yes. Nobody in college softball is better at taking a mile and giving an inch, and the pro level, I think the Smoke have earned that moniker.
Yeah.
McKenna Dowell started her career at Auburn before finishing it at Minnesota. On the year, hitting .333, 3 of 9 with 5 RBIs, a couple home runs, and yet they're playing her actually a little shallower than they did Woolley.
Remember too, that was the theme of the Women's College World Series this year.
Yes.
Was any freebie was immediately capitalized on by teams that ended up winning games.
Dowell has the new shortstop Hevlin. Oh, good to know. Callie's at short. Yeah, we should know they've switched a couple things around. 2 down. So Peck has exited. Now you've got Tyrena Jones at third, Hevlin at short. Hannah Camazin is still at first. I'm going to assume I believe Dayton is in right now.
Someone with long hair. I can't see their number.
This is slapped by Coleman to second, and the throw to first is in time to end the inning. 3 more runs come across on a shot by Cat Rodriguez, and we go the home half of the inning, and we'll let you know how the food tastes on the other side. Bottom of the 4th inning, and a new pitcher, and it's Peyton Monticelli facing Callie Hevlin. Monticelli just wrapped up her college career at LSU, and quickly ahead 0-2. We got to see her in Super Regionals, and I still have the Scout, high 60s. Fastball will mix a rise. Doesn't throw a ton of true change, but 57% first pitch strike, as Hevlin has seen. Really attacks the edges of the plate, and her location, I think that's the area she's improved the most throughout her college career. When she was at Wisconsin, even early Oklahoma, kind of didn't know where it was going to go.
Right.
Really honed that in as a senior at LSU. Hevlin grounds that to first. Beautifully handled by Espinoza for out number 1.
Emily Price goes 3 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And glad to see Bree Peck able to at least bat. She's I believe that was her back out there, right?
Yeah.
So she appears to be okay, which is good.
So there were still other changes, and they just changed other things for reasons.
In a shocking development, the communication right there.
That's grounded to Dowell off of Monticelli, and there's 2 down. So we have our food from this place called 88 Piano Bar, I believe.
Yes, I believe that's correct.
Producer Gracie decided to bring us corn dogs. What do you think, Tom?
ironic with an LSU pitcher in the circle.
Wow, I see what you did there.
Very good. I'm a corn dog connoisseur.
I went high to Abby Dayton. 1 for 2 with a ground out and a single. Connoisseur, you say?
There's good volume with the batter.
Sure. It's fine. I'm not typically a big corn dog guy, but I'm cool with it. I said I'd eat it no matter what they brought over.
As long as it wasn't gross, you said.
Yes, that was my one requirement. And the lemonade that was purchased prior to the game was fantastic as well. No free ads, but
No.
shout out. Look, if you have the word piano in your title, and I'm not asked to buy a piano, I'm probably going to be into you. Mr. Hevlin, you get what I'm talking about if you're out there.
A quality time was had. Excuse me.
Wow, Tom got emotional.
Got me. A quality time was had at the piano bar this year in OKC.
He was all torn up
I really was.
thinking about the piano bar in Oklahoma City.
Got a little extra mustard on that one.
Oh my goodness.
Literally.
Okay. Glad you're with us. I'm Jim Nance alongside Bill Raftery. That was a good pitch, just missed. Full count.
We've won awards. I don't know
We
if
have.
anyone knows this.
3-time Golden Mike winners. Here's the payoff from Peyton Monticelli. That's in the dirt, ball 4, and Dayton draws the walk.
I think their burger might be good.
Now you've got Kara Caneto, who's 0 for 2, pair of groundouts. And it might be a trio. Espinoza steps on the bag, and that'll wrap up the 4th inning. So Peyton Monticelli comes in and works quickly, and we go to the 5th. Not that they particularly need it, but the Smoke will look for insurance. So they try and burn the house down.
I think they're good.
Yeah, 18-2 after 4. Lair Boutte will lead things off here in the top of the 5th. 3-4-5, Boutte, Malaulu, and Timmons, and there's strike 1. First AB of the night for Lair Boutte, who is 0 for 4 in Game 2 when she made her first appearance. Over on the other field, it is 15-6 in the bottom of the 4th, and Kylie Grosh has hit a home run for the Florida Breeze. They are not winning. KC Diamonds are winning. However, They're hitting. Butte guides that to Heaven at short. Quick collection and the throw to first. We'll get out number 1.
That's the first time since the first inning that the leadoff man has been retired for the Smoke.
As the sun sinks here in Bradenton, I can feel the mosquitoes making an appearance as Mala'ulu takes that high. Tessa reached on an error and scored in the 4th.
And not only has leadoff man reached every inning since the first, they've scored every inning since the first.
Yeah. One and one.
The fries are not bad either.
I agree. The 1-2. Oh, Mala'ulu golfs that out to center. Core is able to cut it off, but
That's the second time today we've seen a Smoke player basically go to her knee and hit one that's just barely off the deck. And barrel it.
yeah. Now you've got Timmons up, who is 2 for 2 and has been on 4 times and scored thrice. Solo homer in the first, walking around in the second. RBI single in the second as well, and a hit by pitch and a run in the 4th. Driven in by Cat Rodriguez, who waits on deck. Give it a little side eye.
Normally I'd say that's not a good swing. That's not a good, don't chase one that you have to go to your knees.
Right.
But can't argue with the result.
3-0. Well, Michaela Timmons is cooking with a perfect OBP in the game. She's now drawn 3 free passes. And here is the aforementioned Cat Rodriguez, 1 for 3 with a walk. And a 3-run homer was that one back in the 4th inning. This is sent out to right and down for a hit. Base is loaded. Now you got Silent Rain Espinoza, who's 2 for 4, fly out, and then a reach on an error and score in the second. Pair of singles since, and she's got another hit out to the gap. This will bring in at least 2. I don't know what just happened in the outfield, but that'll clear the bases as Silent Rain Espinoza has made it 21-2.
Yeah, it was overrun out in the outfield, but I don't think it would have made any difference. That's 21 runs on 19 hits for the
Mm.
Smoke now.
Strike one to Michaela Medellin. 0 for 2 with a pair of walks and an RBI. You know, I know exactly who we need to call right now to figure out how best to talk about the scenario that is at hand. Our friend Britt Bowen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
He knows.
This is definitely reminiscent of the LSU Auburn game. Is that game 2 of the series? Or
That was
three?
game 2. They had to
Yeah.
play game 3
The net,
30
right.
minutes later.
Right. And that was actually a close game.
I believe it was 7-2 maybe.
Well, everything's close after a 25-0
Yeah.
game.
But I also kind of bring that up to, point out that then the next week Auburn went on a great run in the SEC tournament. So
Right.
one bad performance is not banished to the basement
Yeah.
level type stuff. However, this I think is going to be the kind of game that makes the Vibe reevaluate a lot of what they do.
Right.
And I'm not even just talking about lineup and execution, but I think today we've seen a team much more prepared than the other.
Correct. Every game counts as one. You're not seated based on a committee. But this type of game that can stick with you for a while,
Mm-hmm.
as much as you want to flush it as soon as it happens.
Foul ball.
These are professionals, they will, but, they're not robots. So
Right.
it's like they'll have to figure out. Everyone just has to reevaluate after a game like this.
Grounded pass Hevlin out to left field. Took a funky hop on Callie and scooted right under the glove, and they're on the corners after the hit by Medellin. And here is Reese Hunter out of Georgia Tech, the recent graduate, pinch hitting. Hunter so far 0 for 7 with an RBI and a run here this season. Oh, 2. Got a very interesting DM. Talk about it later, he said on the air.
Okay.
0-2 is up. Mm. Ground ball to Hevlin, and that eats her up. Another run will score on the E6.
I think the sun's going down and it may be too dark to continue playing.
You think it's time? Tom making the executive decision. So Woolley is back into run.
We're in the 5th inning, and there is not an empty square in my scorebook for the Smoke. They have batted around enough to where that has been the case.
That's remarkable.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. I was kidding when I said they were going for 40, but maybe
not.
Maybe not.
Maybe Tiffany was on to something. So I just did a quick scan. By my count, that swing and miss right there, of the 160 pitches thrown by the Vibe, which, by the way,
that's
160 pitches. There have been now 7 swings and misses.
Zero strikeouts.
Hard to get him swinging if...
Yeah.
I'll double check it again.
I think you're right. I mean, it's been another award-winning broadcast, but this is one you burn the tape if you're the Vibe.
Yes, 7. I mean, I don't know. They might want to hear our thoughts on the corn dogs.
Sure.
2-2. That is definitely not missed. It's out to center and caught by Core. Dowell got a lot of it. And there is out number 2.
Yeah. Even the outs.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely barreled.
I won't make the comparison I just thought of. I'll save it.
Okay.
Here's Alex Coleman, who, by the way,
has been on it.
Oh, yeah. She also... she just swung and missed. And I'm going to talk to her about that later. She has been on it. She's 2 for 4. A single, a walk, an RBI single, reach on an error, and a ground out. I laugh because we've been doing the swing and miss tracker, and I mentioned how many pitches the Vibe had thrown, and she turned and because
right,
yeah, she
right
turned
here.
and she turned and looked and kind of was like,
oh,
yeah. That's over to second. Throw to first is in time. And that will be, I feel confident saying, the final time that the Smoke step up to the plate tonight. The Vibe will have one more chance. How many do they need, Tom?
They need 11 to avoid the run rule.
All righty, off to the bottom of the 5th here at IMG Academy. 3, 4, 5 due up for the Vibe here in the 5th. First pitch ball to Hannah Core. It's Core, Kamenzin, and Papillo. Core has another hit. She's 3 for 3.
Three for 3 on the day. You see she be doing it.
Yeah.
Fortunately, not a whole lot of other people else are.
No. Kamenzin, that would be Hannah Kamenzin, is also 2 for 2 today. Takes for ball 1. So really, to 3 and 4 in the order, I say you go, girl, but everywhere else has been a little bit more iffy. This is a swinging bunt. They hit her out of the box, and she is going to be out.
Well, that's just really tough luck right there. And Core, who was standing on third already, has to go all the way back to first.
Yeah, with Lex Papillo at the plate. Papillo drives that out to right. Boutte gives it a look. It's off the fence. Lex slides into second, and how about that? One for old Bama U. A double puts runners on second and third for the Vibe here in the 5th.
We've been critical of some of the Vibe hitting going so early in the count, being so aggressive, but Lex finally got one that she could really drive there on the first pitch and did so.
Strike 1 to Duke's Tyrena Jones, the rookie. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop out. Jones lines that to right, and it burns Boutte. This will bring in 2. Tyrena's on second, and it's 22-4. You know, I wanted to make one more note after the 2 RBI double by Tyrena Jones. Probably, we talked about kind of seeming like the Vibe didn't really have much of a plan tonight against Price. If anyone had a plan ready against Peyton Monticelli, it's Lex Papillo. She saw her a month ago.
Yep, Super Regionals in Tuscaloosa. Monticelli started game number 1, and Alabama had a lot of success.
Yeah. Now Lauren Kamenzin. Strike 1. Kamenzin's 0 for 2 with a line out and a fly out.
And we talked during that broadcast about how well prepared the Alabama offense was for that Super Regional in particular.
2 down. So the last chance is Callie Hevlin as the Smoke looks to get the sweep. Hevlin is 0 for 2. Strikeout looking and a ground out. And I do believe, I'm trying to think, I think Callie would have only faced Peyton Monticelli once in the 2023 9:30 a.m. Alabama-Wisconsin game in Austin, Texas.
I have no recollection of that game.
Well, you were passed out. I had to drive the whole way. We had to wheel Tom.
Was that the only time in her Alabama career that Montana Fouts got walked off?
No, because she didn't that day. She gave up the home run in the 6th.
Yeah, it was the 6th, okay.
The only time she got walked off in her Alabama career was Game 3 of the Ole Miss series, her
That's
senior
right.
year in
Okay.
2023.
Yes.
Well, I heard Lex. The 2-2. Hevlin lifts that out to right. Boutte's got a beat. And the Smoke has the sweep. Talk about a roundhouse kick to wrap up the series. 22-4, your final score in 5. And from the word go, it was all Atlanta Smoke, and they never stopped, Tom.
No, it was a offensive onslaught from the beginning. Like I talked about, looking at my scorecard, there are no empty boxes in 5 innings of play offensively for the Smoke, and that's just elite level execution of the plan.
Absolutely. Found the plan, scouted, followed through, and that's how the Smoke wins it 22-4 over the Florida Vibe. And I think, as we talked about for the Vibe, a lot that you have to do. I mean, you got to go back to the drawing board and figure out how this series, as I do quick math, went from leading 4-0 after 2 in Game 1
Right.
to being outscored 39-5 over the next 2 games and 5 innings.
That's
Like that
yeah.
is, I mean, that's a stat I just whipped out off the dome, and it tells you the story.
Like, it's hard to do more analysis on that than that right there. It's just total domination, and you do have to go back and reevaluate. And the question is, do you have enough to be able to make adjustments with, you have the people that you have. You have the roster that you have. You talked about the Smoke having a very deep roster. The Vibe, not as many players. They have very talented players, but not as many. How much can you do differently if you're the Vibe?
Well, that'll be a answer that we find out the next time these teams face off. Tom, always a pleasure, my friend.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
The game was what the game was, but
well put.
we had fun.
We did. We always do. Thank you to everybody behind the scenes, Zach, who's working the camera, producer Gracie, and the rest of the gang. Smoke win it 22-4 to sweep the series here at IMG Academy. For my partner, Tom Canterbury, I'm Gray Robertson. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here for a little PSL softball. We out.